Okay. What would you warn or tell your freshman self?
I'm trying to think of my freshman self because I kind of black out that year. My freshman year is always like really awkward. So you really like don't be awkward, but you're honestly gonna be awkward.
Looking back at your time at Southwest, what would you change?
I think I changed my freshman year. I think I would I was so focused on just solely like academics, and I think I would have tried like branching out, like at least on like, like basketball games, like try and make more like sporting events and like, I don't know, trying to plan outside school events with my
What is one of your favorite moments of senior?
A senior year? I have a lot. Some of my favorites is, so before the Dominican, we have like meetings, like about 4 weeks in advance, and Dustin actually couldn't go to any of these meetings. And so it was our last one, the Thursday before we left for the Dominican, and Dustin came to philosophy and was like, oh, what did I miss? And I was kind of, I don't know why, I was like, oh, we can't go anymore. I was like, it got postponed, and he like, kind of didn't buy it. And then I was like, oh, it's a drug cartel, like we can't do it anymore. And then he didn't really believe that, and then I changed it, and I said, oh, actually, I'm joking with you, like it's not the drug cartel. They actually messed up our plane tickets. So like there's about 10 kids in the senior class who don't have plane tickets to go to the Dominican, so we're postponing it. And he believed me, and I have every class with him on odd days, so I went through like all these classes, like never mentioned it, like totally convinced, and it was at the very end of 7th hour when we're talking about what we're gonna do in pre-calc when the seniors are gone. And Dustin goes, wait, we're still going to the Dominican? And he like actually had no idea. And I think it was Sarah Spurbeck turned to me and goes, oh my gosh, he wouldn't have been at the airport on Tuesday. He would have left Dustin in America. So that's probably one of my favorite moments.
And what's one of your favorite moments from senior?
Ooh, I would say almost like every day yearbook, because it is the most ridiculous thing I have ever done at Southwest. It, like every day is an adventure.
Looking back at your time at Southwest, what would you change?
I would tell myself to join theater sooner because it's become such a big part of my life, and I actually didn't start until the end of my sophomore year. I wasted a lot of time with sports.
Yeah. How would you encourage the underclassmen?
I would tell underclassmen to just try their best to like make friends that they know they can depend on. Because my freshman year, I invested in a ton of different people when I really should have been investing in just a few core people.
So how would you encourage the underclassmen?
Just like in a general sense of school or advice?
Advice.
Don't procrastinate, because it all bites you in the end. Bad. Really bad. Especially if you have Mr. Becker and he's your D group leader, because it's constant shaming every Friday. So.
Okay. And what's your favorite moment from senior year?
Favorite moment from senior year? Yeah, the DR was fun when we went to bargain with, in the market on the last day. You go to bargain, and there was this guy who would draw us all over by going, hey, it's cheapy, cheapy. And he would do the 2-finger things to try to bring us over because that was the only English he knew. So that was pretty funny.
Go.
What's your full name?
Caleb Nelson Hay.
How many years have you been at Southwest?
Been at Southwest all 4 years.
Who is your current D group leader?
Mr. Wassenaw.
If you have raspberries and grapes sitting in front of you, which would you eat?
Raspberries.
Black or red?
Red. I don't even know if there are black raspberries.
Looking back on your time at Southwest, what would you change?
Ooh, I would probably have the class size be a little bit smaller, or school a little bit bigger.
Would you tell/warn your freshman self something?
Ooh, probably to get to know people in younger grades more. I've gotten to do that this year and I've really enjoyed it.
How would you encourage an underclassman?
Get to know people in younger grades better, and then also get to know those in your class better, especially people with interests that are different than yours, because I got to know a lot of the people who had the same interests, and this year I've really had a good time getting to know people who have different interests.
What is one of your favorite moments of senior year?
Ooh, probably helping to paint the orphanage in the Dominican Republic.
Okay, cool, good.